Rick Dollar, I'm live at Pit Row Wine and Liquor with the one, the only Pam Sutton. Yep, you heard me right. Pam Sutton, okay? NetRadioDogs.com. We do not do anything the way anybody else does. I'll put it that way. Okay? Pam, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. And you've been a long time wanting to meet you, ask you a few questions. So this is going to work out pretty good, I'm sure. I wanted to ask you, first of all, about your festival that you do every year. Now, how long have you done this music festival?
This will be the 6th year. For the first 4 years, we had it in Maggie Valley, North Carolina.
Right.
Then I moved it to Newport, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. So this will be the 2nd year in Newport.
That's great.
And this year, we're proud to announce that the Kentucky Headhunters are going to be our headliners on Saturday night.
All right.
And it will be July the 24th and 25th.
All right. Now, where can people go on Facebook to find out the information about this?
We have a Facebook page called Popcorn Sutton Jam. Mm-hmm. Just go on there, and within the next week, we'll be putting all the information and everything on it.
Great. Now we got that out of the way, we can get into the good stuff, right? Dave kind of looks at me funny when I say stuff like that. I was always curious of, really how Popcorn was behind the scenes. I don't know how deep you're going to let me dig, but I'm going to ask you anyway. He seemed to be a prankster. I've heard a lot of things like that. Popcorn he was pretty opinionated, and I think I've got a couple of T-shirts that pretty much has his favorite 2 words on them that I'm not going to mention right now. But you tell me about Popcorn, okay, and what you think about this man that was in your life.
Popcorn was very opinionated. He said what he thought. Mm-hmm. If you didn't like it, that was your problem.
Exactly.
But also, Popcorn was a very romantic man.
Oh, now we're getting into the deep stuff here. Okay. Now, how far can we go on this one, Pam?
As far as it's legal, I guess. He kind of stalked me a little bit before he got me. And I got scared, and I hid. I really did for about 2 weeks. And then finally he just showed up at my work and, just hit the table and with a few little nasty words. He said, I want to know who she is, where she lives, what kind of car she drives, and I want to know now.
Whoa.
And my boss told him, so we can't tell you that.
Yeah.
So then I had to come back into the picture and calm him down, thinking he would go away.
Yeah.
But within a month, we were married.
Oh, my gosh. Well, see there? He's a romantic fellow. Nobody ever knew this, But he was a master distiller in his own right. He had a lot of good ideas, and a lot of these guys that are distillers now, a lot of them look back, and they're digging and digging and digging and trying to find out how he did what he did. And a lot of that stuff is never going to be told, never going to be seen. It's probably never going to happen again either. This guy was something else. But I personally, his attitude and things like that kind of always made me happy because that's sort of like the way I'd like to live my life too. I mean, if you don't like what I do, then hey, just turn it off. I'm not real sure how to tell people any other way. But as far as being romantic, what's the most romantic thing you ever did for you?
On our first wedding anniversary. Now, Popcorn he got me roses a lot. Mm-hmm. But on our first wedding anniversary, he was on house arrest, so he could not leave.
Right.
And someone had given us a rose bush for our wedding.
Wow.
By the time our wedding anniversary came around, it was in bloom. Mm-hmm. So at 4 o'clock in the morning, he gets up in just his underwear, goes down and picks me up.
Did you have to tell me that part?
I figured everybody'd like it. He picked a rose, put it in a mason jar, sit it on the coffee table with a note, "Happy first anniversary, I love you, your Popcorn."
Oh, wow.
I still have that rose.
Oh, man. See, that's great. The guy had a really soft side, too,
He really did.
I think it had a lot to do with the woman that he was with, though,
Well, thank you. I'm glad to hear somebody say that.
Yeah. Well, you had a pretty eventful life yourself, I'm sure, having to deal with some things here and there.
Oh, yeah.
But what's the craziest thing you guys ever that happened to you guys?
What, me and Popcorn together?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guess it was the day he got arrested by the ATF.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of showed my attitude that day, too. I kind of acted like Popcorn that day.
Well, that's good, You didn't get any trouble, did you?
No, I tried to. I actually tried to get them to arrest me.
Instead of him.
Because I told them, I said, the liquor's mine, the guns are mine, everything you find on this property belongs to me.
Right.
And they just sort of laughed at me.
Yeah.
And I told them, I said, you don't think I can fire one of them bad boys up and make you a run of liquor? Take me over and I'll show you. They wouldn't do it. So.
Well, you can't beat that, you know. I guess you had attitude with attitude. I guess that was kind of like TNT sometimes, right?
Oh, yes.
I can
Yeah,
imagine.
we had our blowouts a few times.
Well, I've heard, you know, it was kind of legendary over in your part of the country. But I really want to thank you for sitting down with us and just giving us an insight into his life and your life and how things really were. Because I've got a lot of people that listen that were very interested in me doing this interview. And just happened to happen at the right time. So I want to thank you, and thank the guys here at Pit Row Wine and Liquor for letting us come in and do this interview. And you have a great day. And it's Dave Beadle and Rick Dollar for NetRadioDogs.com, and we are live at Pit Row Wine and Liquor.